That would have been amazing.
They look
Hello,
the same.
hello, and we are starting our Nerdfest weekly Snarkfest. Words are escaping me at this time. I don't know. Tonight we are doing The Last Jedi, which, well, like I said, we're starting out with the worst Star Wars movie, so I will go to you first. What do you think about this movie? Did this movie break you, or was it just like a really, or was it just like a really, oh, this is just a really crappy Star Wars movie?
I didn't like it the first time I saw it, but I kind of liked it a little more the second time I saw it.
You've seen this twice?
Yeah. My husband's impressed I've seen it more than once. Yeah, I saw it in theaters. He had a broken foot, so he didn't see it with me. So then when it came on video, we watched it together.
It broke me. That's honestly all I can say. Because I've been a huge Star Wars fan for a long time. I've read so many of the books I can't even count them. But yeah, going into this movie, after I left watching this movie, I was just like, that's it. This is Star Wars. This is what I've dedicated so much of my fandom to. And yeah, I mean, I didn't even want to go see the Rise of Skywalker, because this movie just broke me so bad. The only reason I did it is so I could review it on my little Sabers Sagas channel. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. I will say I don't blame any of the actors. I know they're doing their damnedest. They're trying their hardest to make this, but it's just, I did not like it. So yeah, all right. So guess there's better to get into it now. So, if everybody wanting to watch with us again, The Last Jedi, pull it up. We are starting to stream in 3, 2, 1, play. Oh, yeah. So, Lucasfilms. Oh, I should probably actually unmute my TV real quick. That'd be a problem.
I mean, if you want to hear.
There we go. Long time ago, galaxy far, far away.
It's not, well. Oh, that's loud.
Yeah. I will say, even in the bad Star Wars movies, these opening crawls always get me just because of the music. Can I have you lower your volume like 2 ticks? I'm hearing the music a lot. That's better.
The movie's that loud. Okay.
Yeah. So, the first sentence here already gives me something that I was complaining about in the Force Awakens, is that the First Order reigns. It's like, what the hell happened between the Return of the Jedi and this, that the galaxy ended up in such a shitty state. So, because apparently the Resistance is not it's just like 30 people apparently.
Right? Like, I guess people are just tired of fighting, because I don't know, they've been fighting nonstop for this is 30 years after the first trilogy, and then the prequels are 20 years before that, so they've been fighting for 50 years now, just 3 different wars in a 50-year time span. They're just like, fuck it.
That if the First Order did not have the manpower it did, because the First Order is just infinitely powerful, the Resistance is not. So if the First Order was crippled, then I could buy it. And the reason I say that is because in the Roman Republic, after when Julius Caesar was assassinated, there was a civil war. And then at the end of it, the soldiers were really like, we are done. You guys hate each other, but fuck you, we're done fighting. We're not going to keep fighting anymore. Yeah,
don't they kind of hint in the first movie that the First Order's kidnapping kids and like brainwashing them into being stormtroopers? So like, meanwhile, the Resistance is relying on volunteer soldiers. So yeah, the Resistance that's why they probably don't have anyone, because nobody wants to fight anymore. Whereas the First Order's just brainwashing kiddos and being like, fight for us.
But then, but at the same token, it's like, where's...
Like, how do you have this much firepower, though, as the First Order? Like, people don't realize that kids are going missing and, like, are fighting? Like, what? How did they grow so big?
But that's where it's like the New Republic should be stepping in.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. This does, I do like that they just send Poe out just because it's like, you know what, he's the only one crazy enough to do this. But still, you know, it's like you think they could spring some more fighters to help out. You know, it's like, where are the Y-Wing bombers? I love Y-Wing bombers. Put them in. Or B-Wings even, too. Now, this scene, a lot of people hate it because it's just like, why would you even talk to them? I don't really mind it because it is kind of, you know, it is kind of his personality kind of gloats about it.
It's exactly what it is, yeah.
Yeah, so it fits his personality to gloat. So, what I do like, also another thing, this is one thing I do like, is that he's kind of engaging and like, you know, it's like, you know, does he hear me? That's actually a human reaction. Now, I mean, if you were thinking about it realistically, yeah, they just open fire. But it's a situation like this, when something just doesn't click, your reaction is going to be, you know, your brain's not going to piece it together. It's not going to fit. Yeah. Now he gets it. Whee! I do. Yeah. Now, one problem. Where are the fighters? Why haven't the First Order launched their TIE fighters yet?
Yeah, I have no idea. I guess they're not worried about one lone X-Wing.
Yeah.
Despite, you know, the history of the X-Wing taking down, you know, a Death Star.
Yeah. Yeah. The X-Wings are a phenomenal aircraft. I do love them. I mean, granted, I just love anything with variable wings, so I do love anything that has wings that can move around. Yeah. Yeah, but it's like, yeah, he's like, we need to scramble our fighters 5 minutes ago. Why weren't they scrambled as soon as you got there?
Yeah, why aren't they on, like, ready? Why weren't they on standby awaiting
There they are.
command? Why are they scrambling now?
Yeah. 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 Part does get, it's like, I don't like how it just has this giant open space for a droid to go down into, because you think they'd put something in there.
Yeah.
You know, you like, I don't know, extra fuel, extra missiles,
even
extra
for like people to go in for maintenance. I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus, BB-8's a smaller droid than a normal astromech, so maybe that's just the space for like an R2 unit.
Fair. I'll give you that. Fair. First big problem I have: the dreadnought targeted the planet. The planet ain't gonna move. Target the ships. The planet you can blow up all day long later, but literally target the ships first, because the ships have a way to get out. Why that TIE fighter just decided to do that, I have no idea, but...
I don't know what that TIE fighter was thinking either.
Yeah. Although it's like, this part also bugs me. It's like, why disengage? Why? Yeah. No, it's just, but this bothers me. It's like, she's saying disengage. Why even have him engage in the first place if you were just going to have him disengage?
You're supposed to go in and just take out the defense so that the bombers could go in and not have to worry about losing so many people. He's done its job. Now he needs to pull back.
But she's saying disengage because she doesn't want to send the bombers in.
Oh, then I don't know. She's
saying disengage so they don't send the bombers in. So it's like, yeah. Although I will say, if you actually flew through flames like that, you'd fought out your engine so bad. Your plane would not be flying at that.
Anyway, like, this whole fight was just, why weren't the TIE fighters out sooner? Why weren't there more X-Wings supporting Poe?
Yeah.
Like, Was the whole strategy just distract Hux with your banter and piss him off? Like,
apparently, yeah. No. These bombers, I hate. I absolutely hate them. They say they tried to design it after the B-17 Flying Fortress, which I adore as a plane, but these bombers are just so pathetically large and so pathetically weak. They don't have any. I mean, they have hardly any defenses around them, and that guy just got wasted. And you see here, one just gets completely blown up by just a few shots. So yeah, these bombers are
I don't see the point of having bombers like be this big and slow moving. They're such a large target. Like,
the B-17 could actually take a flipping hit. These things are they're way too big and they're just glass cannons. I mean, I mean they do have one hell of a payload. I'll give them that, but it's just like I said, they're glass cannons. So you just a few hits and the thing goes kaboom. Yeah. Although this bugs me, it's like we're approaching the sweet spot. Just drop the bombs. You're over the target. Drop the bombs.
Why isn't there more than one controller? Like the whole setup of these things are just so dumb.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It seems like a lot of needless stuff.
As for why there's one controller, I mean, even in World War II bombers, there were multiple controllers. Yeah.
They've lost all the bombers except one.
Yeah. Yeah, and she's the only one left because apparently everybody else is dead.
But like, why didn't the other bomb? Like the other ships got. I don't know. I don't even care.
Like I said, they're logically this scene makes absolutely no sense. Yeah. So wait, the pilot was there and he was alive. How come he didn't do it?
I don't know.
Oh, none of this makes sense. You're lucky to be alive there, miss. A fall like that, landing on your back, you're lucky to be alive. Not to mention your feet still work because you think it'd break your spine. I don't know if this is actually possible. If you could actually.
This was a terrible plan, guys. This was a terrible plan.
Yeah. Whee! Yeah. And also, we should point out, she's also completely exposed to the vacuum of space right now. So, yeah.
No, what?
That one. She's exposed to the vacuum of space. Because you see, she just dropped. She's with the bombs, and the door's open. So space. She's exposed to vacuum of space, and she's not dead yet.
Maybe they have a shield up, like they do in hangar bays. You'd see the blue screen if that was the case. I know that's not the case.
You see the screen effect though that they always have. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I would much prefer, bring in B-wings or Y-wings, something that can actually fly worth a damn and defend themselves.
Yeah, like those things were a poor design. And what did it cost? All of your bombers. None of them made it.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I mean, mind you, tactically, this is a brilliant victory. In a tactical sense, this is a brilliant victory because you would happily. Yeah. No, but like I said, tactically, that is a victory because you lost a fleet of bombers, sure, but you took out a dreadnought that has, how many people, that took so many hours. So, yeah, it's a big tactical victory, but still, it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, and then just Hux getting made complete.
Not yet, babe.
I don't like how Hux is just a complete freaking. Hux is so useless in this.
Yes.
Seriously. I mean, he's just a whiny little bad word I don't want to say.
Not as whiny.
That just gets
It's
tossed around and just make up.
Him and Kylo Ren just whining at each other the whole time.
Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah. Yeah, that would hurt. Where are the doctors or people or some? Where's something to let you know that hey, this guy's awake? Yeah. Yeah, and where he's just wandering around. You think someone would have addressed him by now?
No.
He's leaking everywhere, but no, don't worry about it. It's cool. Yeah, of course, that's the first one. All right, now, what are your thoughts about what they do with Luke Skywalker here?
I mean, I was telling, I don't even know. This whole movie is, I don't even know. He went in a completely different direction than Abrams, which I don't agree with. Just feel of the movie, he went in a different direction. This movie is so much goofier than the other two. And like I said, that's my biggest problem is that the three movies, there's no cohesion. If all three movies had been goofy, that's fine. But the first one wasn't. So this one just doesn't. And I think that's why it just didn't go well with fans, because the mood is just off. There's a million different things you could have done to show that Luke doesn't want to be a Jedi, doesn't want to train Rey, but just completely throwing the lightsaber over his shoulder is just... he did it for the laughs. It's just so stupid.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have actually done that. Handed it back to her, maybe, not even accept it, maybe, but throw it over her shoulder?
Well, he could have easily said, look, this is a relic of the past. I don't need it anymore. Something. But no, they just completely get rid of. I mean, like I said, there's like you were just saying, there's so many different directions that are done, and none of it makes sense.
And is a mopey little Jedi, because that's what Jedi do whenever things don't go their way. They run away and they mope. We've seen everybody else do it. It's just, like I said, this whole movie just has a goofy feel to it that I just didn't like.
Yeah.
And I hate porgs.
Yeah, me too.
I hate
well, those were entirely just for kids. Those were 100% just for the teddy bears. That's it. Those were entirely... And crashing your X-Wing there, that thing's gotta be waterlogged. So...
Yeah, but it's not like... Come on. He crashed his X-Wing on Dagobah. It's not the first time his X-Wing has been fully submerged in water.
Fair. Although, this is something... Why didn't they open with this? Rey, why didn't you immediately open with Chewie?
Because she was trying to connect to him on a Jedi level, and he didn't, and he rejected that. So now she's trying to pull on the sentimental, Chewie's your best friend. Actually, your best friend's Han, and he's dead.
No.
There it is.
Yeah, no, that's a move you open with. That's not something you just, no, you open with the Chewie move. Open with the Chewie card. Don't leave him. Don't give him a hand to play. Just immediately go. Chewie, fine, done. The conversation is then over. No, but like you were saying, my biggest problem.
Left it.
Yeah. No, but like you were saying, the biggest problem that I think most of the fans have with this is that there is, like you were saying, there's no cohesive plot. It goes, okay, we're going A, B, now we're at D, okay, now back to G, and it's, like I said, just A, B, C, and it's fine.
Who is Snoke?
I
don't even know if they explain that. He's just, I guess, some random Sith.
They explain it in the Rise of Skywalker, but talk about a huge red herring. Yeah,
what?
Because seriously, he should. Yeah. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, no, they shouldn't be. They should be explaining who he is. They shouldn't just go, he's a big, powerful, important villain, and then spoiler alert, oh, they just kill him right off the bat. No, it's like, no, you can't just do that.
I don't even mind
Plus,
that they just because killing him actually set them up for Kylo Ren to like become the true bad guy and to do some interesting things in the next movie. Like Abrams just didn't want to even try to do anything with this movie when he did the next one. He just decided to.
Like I said, I could buy that. I could buy that if they had set him up in some way, because like all we know about him right now is apparently he is apparently a huge fan of Hugh Hefner and is very strong in the Force. That's all we know about him. And that's all we will ever know about him throughout the course of this movie. We only find out about him after in the next movie. You can't just do that. You can't just leave that red herring.
But that's Abrams' fault for introducing the character and not telling us his backstory. And again, no one having overall direction for this trilogy.
No. This is very much just a ship just thrown out to the wind. Now, I mean, we've had this discussion before in private, but I want to have it now. Which movie is worse, this or The Rise of Skywalker? I would argue this one is worse. And I think you said that you think The Rise of Skywalker is worse.
I hate The Rise of Skywalker more than this one.
I do too. Now, mind you, I say this one's worse because in The Rise of Skywalker, J.J. Abrams at least tries to go, okay, we have to go this way. He tries to give it a sense of direction, whereas this one is just completely just out of the... No one knows where it is. I mean, seriously, I put this movie in equivalent to a tailspin because no one knows what the hell's going on. You're just falling out of the sky. Okay, thank you. And breaking the helmet only to have it remade in the next movie. None of this makes sense.
No, the next movie doesn't make sense. The fact they decided to rebuild the helmet was stupid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, had they left it broken, then I'd be going, okay, fine, cool. But the fact that they remake it just... I mean, granted, the Rise of Skywalker is very much...
Sorry, I was talking to my husband.
Oh. No, but the Rise of Skywalker, the fault of that is that it's very much, okay, shoot, we have to, tie up the loose ends that Ryan put in. It's like, okay, shit, the lightsaber doesn't... Okay, well, shit. I mean, because literally the lightsaber is broken at the end of this, so you think that'd be a great setup for Rey making her own one and using her own lightsaber in the next movie. But nope, that's...
Hey, Ryan left this. You could have done a lot of neat things with, but instead of trying to, do anything cool like that,
by the way, that's a cameo in the back.
Literally knocked it out the window and just mostly ignored it. And that's why he just didn't even try. This whole trilogy is just the two directors fighting over each other on what they wanted to do. Yeah.
Now, well, I don't know exactly what happened. From my understanding, it was J.J. Abrams made the first movie, and then he was like, okay, I'm done. Now the next director can direct the next one. And he had no creative process in this movie. But then then after the...
We originally had three different directors set up for the entire trilogy.
Yeah.
And no one was overseeing it. Like you said, Abrams set everything up with the first one, and he had an idea. And, I guess the only communication they had, from what I heard, is how Ryan wanted to start this movie caused Abrams to change how he ended his movie. And it's you had to have had more discussions than that to talk about overall plot. Maybe? No, you didn't?
Yeah.
What? How do you do that?
Yeah. None of this movie makes any sense at all. And it's a tragedy because there's so many things you could do. Now, I don't mind Luke going off and kind of like just secluding himself. What does get me is like, why is he so resistant to training her? Because I mean, even Yoda goes, even Yoda, he takes a little bit of convincing, but he does agree to trade Luke in the originals. But
Rey hasn't exactly tried to convince him to follow him around. Luke talked to Yoda.
She's just been following around.
Obi-Wan sent me here.
Mm-hmm. Although here's what they could have done with this, because now they're setting up the ancient Jedi tech, blah blah blah. What she could have done is, have this be her quotey teacher, have her read the text, and have her go to Luke and basically be like, you're not the Jedi you're supposed to be, blah blah blah. It's like, seriously, there's so many different directions they could have taken, and they just chose shit. Seriously. Like I said, this movie is just literally flailing around, throwing shit at the wall, and not even going with what sticks. It's just going with anything. It's so pathetic.
You better.
Yeah, who are you? About time you asked that, dude. Seriously?
All right, Herbert.
You want me to pause it, or?
No, don't do it.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, the ancient Jedi text. Oh.
You good, kitty cat? Nope.
I hear you talking to a cat, and that's far more interesting.
Are you good?
Yeah.
All right, she's good.
And hello, Carmen.
My cat was going to have
watching.
What?
Well, like I said, I'm not sure if you heard me, but I hear you talking to your cat, and that's far more interesting than what they're talking about. But like I said, it is 100% just. Why didn't you add? Why didn't you talk to her about this when she first showed up?
Well, again, she didn't introduce herself when she showed up. Now, did she? No. Yeah. She just showed up and handed him a lightsaber, and he's like, "What is this for?"
Yeah.
She's not exactly doing a good job of convincing him to do anything either. Mm-hmm. If somebody showed up to my house and tried to hand me something, I'd be like, "What? No." And then if they just followed me around instead of explaining to me up front what they wanted, I'd probably have the same reaction.
I'm pretty sure you'd be calling police at that point too, but yeah, granted, there's no police on this planet, but still. Now, granted, I'm not against Luke saying that the Jedi needs to end, because we've both seen the movies. The Jedi Order really fucked things up a lot.
Yeah, the Jedi Order did not do things to the best way. They didn't and killed off.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
Mm-hmm. So, now, what I would have done personally is more of attuned to what they did in the original expanded universe, is that he's remaking the Jedi, but he's making it better. So, I mean, he recognizes that, the Jedi have their flaws, but you know what? We got to work our way past it. So, instead of just remaking the Jedi as we're going to remake it as something better. And then here,
he didn't even really know what the Jedi were, though. He had no choice. Whatever he was doing wasn't the same as the Jedi Order to begin with, because he wasn't brought up in that. He doesn't know what it was like.
Yeah.
For all we know,
one of the biggest flaws with the original.
Had a conversation with her. Any Jedi he would have been able to tell him that it was not the way to go.
Yeah. Why is I don't know.
Was their whole plan to send Rey off?
Why
did this come back?
Yeah.
Because the way this looks
why did they just
show up and save them? Was Rey supposed to train with him back with them with the Resistance? I don't really know what the plan is here.
Well, I'm also what about Finn? Why isn't he being trained as a Jedi? Because seriously, that's what they should have done.
He may have force sensitivity, which is what everyone knows is why Finn was able to throw off the stormtrooping brainwashing. Because clearly he's force sensitive. Do they explore that at all? No.
Nope. It's such. Yeah, permission to get next and blow something up. Where
like characters like development and stuff. It shows Poe more than he was in the first one, and how he's this hotshot pilot. It shows more Finn, and to know him a bit better. We meet Rose, who I like on all accounts. Like, this movie does some good things. The overall feel of it is goofy as shit.
Yeah. By the way, it is taking them way too long to scramble fighters. Those fighters should be launched by now. It is taking them way too long. Seriously, those fighters should be in the air by now. Why? But here's a big problem. Those fighters are they have hyperspace of their own. Why didn't they just jump into hyperspace themselves? That way you have constant fighter support, and you're not completely screwed in a situation like this. And by the way, I don't know why they have a giant tunnel going through the ship for no apparent reason. That makes no sense. Yeah. By the way, you're dead. You would be dead.
Why has no one tried that before? They have some terrible defenses.
Yeah. No doubt. They have no point defenses at all, apparently. Their shields are jack.
Just lost the entire hangar.
No, but... Yeah. No, this bugs me. It's like, okay, if we get out of range of the Star Destroyers, the fighters will fall back. Why? The point of having fighters is that way you don't have to have the Star Destroyers in range. You can hit them when you're not in range.
The fighters don't have any real, shields or anything, so they don't want to stray too far from the main contingent because they lose a lot of their defense then. I don't know anything.
But we've already seen they don't have any point defenses worth shit. Yeah. No, but like I said, it's like at this point we've already seen their point defenses are jack, so it's like seriously launch every fighter you have. Just overwhelm them with 10,000 fighters. Yeah, you'll probably lose a few, but you'll freaking get the. Yeah, here's the first time we actually see space in any realistic fashion.
He could kill his dad, but can't kill mommy.
Yeah, no doubt.
So weird.
Yeah, we can't cover you at this distance. Who cares? They don't have any decent point defenses. Launch every fighter you have, and plus another thing, with how
they
close
have zero.
They are,
you destroy their hangar and all of their fighters.
Yeah, a modern day battleship has. Well, okay, granted, modern day battleships are all from World War II. Keep that in mind, but they have better range than what these Star Destroyers do. Seriously, an Iowa-class battleship can fire a shell over 20 miles, and that's easily close, and that's easily much farther than this. And this scene just, yeah. Oh my gosh.
We just watched.
She can just do this now.
Clone
Wars did this too. It's not like this came from completely nowhere.
Yeah, I know, but Clone Wars did it at least better, because in the Clone Wars, they at least set up that the person in question is still alive, is not completely unconscious. Here, Leia looks like she's not only unconscious, but outright dead.
I just love how space doesn't really affect people.
It would make you freeze. Yeah. I don't know how quickly it would make you freeze, but...
Instantaneously?
No, it wouldn't actually make you freeze. Because you lose heat by you have to interact with something for you to lose heat. In space, there's nothing, so you would retain your heat for a very long time. So you wouldn't freeze. But I remember there was one guy who was exposed to vacuum for like, I don't remember how long, but it was a very short amount of time. He said, I don't even think it was a minute. He said the last thing he remembers before he lost consciousness was his saliva was boiling.
Yeah, your blood boils and pretty much everything that's inside comes out.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why whenever, like,
Eat it anyway.
Titan AE, when the main character...
Eat it anyway. It's already dead. Good for you, Chewie.
Yeah, eat them all. I honestly don't think Chewie would bother heating it up. I'm pretty sure just eat it raw.
No, there's one on the spit cooking right now.
Just eat it, dude.
Yeah. You already killed it.
I mean, obviously, if there was one cooked up, you'd eat it. But... yeah. No, but like I was saying, in Titan AE, they actually have a good scene explaining that, where the main character is about to get exposed to the hard vacuum of space for a little bit of time, and it's like, okay, what we need to do is exhale, get as much oxygen out of your system as you possibly can, because in reality, if you're exposed to space, you're not going to suffocate to death. Your blood's going to boil, and that's what's going to kill you. Yeah, and R2. Thanks for waking up now, buddy.
He's old. Poor R2 is 60 years old, and who knows what kind of lifespan astromechs have to begin with.
Yeah. Well, in the original EU, the continuity, it was said that if these droids can last a long time, but they have to get constant memory wipes. Because if you don't, they just start building up quirks and become just completely crazy.
And we know that no one's ever wiped R2's memory.
Yeah.
Ever.
No one's ever wiped R2-D2's
all the details of every Clone War battle in his memory bank right now.
Yep.
I mean, he's been saving this thing for 30 years. 35
no doubt. At least, yeah. This bugs me. It's like, why were you sleeping outside his hut? Why don't you just go to the Falcon, which has beds, and sleep in one of the beds?
Or one of the other houses. Like, why are you sleeping outside?
Yeah. Seriously.
Maybe she's used to it? I don't know. Jakku is a desert, though. This place looks colder.
I don't know why she's sleeping on the Millennium.
That's what Jacob was just saying.
Yeah.
No, and what really bugs me is that they're just chasing each other. What I really appreciated if the Resistance was already on the planet in a siege situation, because right now it's just like, do you think the Supremacy or any of the Star Destroyers could, I don't know, jump to light speed for a total of a millisecond and be in front of them now? None of it makes sense. And Hald, oh my gosh, the single worst character in Star Wars, in my opinion. Because seriously, she's so horribly utilized.
But we're not alone.
Yeah, you are.
Every corner of the galaxy, the downtrodden and oppressed know our symbol, and they put their hope in it. We are the spark that will light the fire that will restore the Republic.
Yeah. Why aren't you sending out, freaking Maydays right now? Like, help. You say you have allies. Call for help. Nien Nub. I do love that character. Nien Nub. That's awesome. I do like his little cameo there. And for anybody who doesn't know, Nien Nub was the co-pilot for the Millennium Falcon in the Return of the Jedi. Yeah.
Not what I expected.
Right, Admiral? Commander Damon, but our current fuel consumption is a very limited amount of time that we can stay out of range of those Star Destroyers.
Very kind of you to make me aware.
And we need to shape them before we can find a new base. So what's
our plan? Captain?
Yeah, and here, this is just very toxic. Don't, yeah, seriously. Just talk to him as is. You don't need to freaking rub it in.
Well, he does kind of
And
like.
here, tell him your plan.
Yeah, that's what annoys me. Like, sure, he's, he thinks he's a hot shot and he thinks he knows more than you when you're the one in charge. But, like, this clearly. You gotta let people in, otherwise, especially someone like him, he's gonna go do whatever he thinks is better because he doesn't think you have a plan at all.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, granted, what you should another way you can work around this is go, look, I don't know who I can trust. We may have a mole on the ship because they don't know that they don't know that the First Order had was tracking them. For all they know, they could have a spy on board. So it's like, look, I understand that you want to know the plan, but I don't know who I can trust, so I have to keep this close to the chest. So, give him something. And here, Rose, which, like you said, I liked Rose. I thought Rose, but just completely misused. Yeah.
I don't know where Finn thinks he's gonna go in a escape.
I don't know. Yeah, in a little escape pod.
Yeah. Pick you up.
Yeah, there's no planets nearby.
First Order.
Yeah. No, but we see that there are no planets nearby. We know escape pods don't have any hyperspace. So literally you're gonna just launch out in the middle of nowhere and then just die of hunger or dehydration or starvation, something. Because there's no planet nearby.
First Order would totally destroy the pod as soon as it ejected. Like, as soon as they could.
Yeah, that too. You think? Yeah. And how it takes her this long to piece together what he's doing?
Well, because it makes no sense for him to run away. But I don't think Finn completely thinks things through all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, which is a tragedy. Yeah. But yeah, and although I do like the taser because that is fun, and yeah, and now it's like now she gets it. Now she gets it.
Routine checks. Oh, it's routine checks.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, your time to use the escape pods was never actually in your situation, and you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you're not going anywhere at the best of times, and at the worst of times. Even if the First Order didn't just blast it, which they probably would. Worst, you're just gonna lay out in the middle of space because, like I said, like we were talking about, there's nothing nearby. So you're just gonna die from lack of oxygen, dehydration, something.
I need to be safe.
You're a selfish traitor.
We can't outrun the First Order fleet.
We can jump to light speed.
Well, they can track us through light speed.
Track us through light speed?
Yeah. Just show up 30 seconds later and redeploy a ton of fuel, which, by the way, we're dangerously short on.
They can track us through light speed.
Yes. And they can.
Oh.
I can't feel my teeth. What did you shoot me with?
Hyperspace tracking.
What now?
Hyperspace tracking is new tech. It must be the same as any active tracker. So they're only tracking us from the big ship. But we can't get to the tracker. It's an A-class process.
And now it's just blah, 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 blah. Technobabble, blah, blah, blah.
But who knows what the bigger is in the Star Destroyer?
The guy that used to mock it. If I can get us there.
Set their tracker down.
Just give it to me one more time.
Yeah.
So the first one tracking us from one short to the lead. So we blow that one up. I like where your head's at. It only starts.
Yeah.
See, that was a good line.
Yeah. Well, they have good lines.
Sneak on board.
It's like they have all of a sudden they have really, really detailed technical readouts of the supremacy. Seriously. Where did they get those readouts? I'd love to know.
Obviously, somebody stole them. Come on now.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I'm sorry.
But we gotta do this. Save it.
But yeah, this is the problem with Holdo not telling them the plan. Because because Poe doesn't know that there's a plan, so he's gonna let them do their own random stuff when it would be far better for them to stay there. And but like I said, this is why you tell your subordinates the plan.
Question is, how do we sneak between you and the Snook's
Mr.
destroyer?
Fairfield.
So they buy it, respawn every hour. We can't get through the security shields undetected.
And C-3PO just being there for reasons. Why he's there, I don't know, but
Of course I could do it, but I
yeah.
can't do it. A little time down right now. Union dispute. You do not want to hear about it.
And Maz, what do you think about Maz?
I think she's an interesting character.
I like her as a character, but she's criminally misused again. Like, well, granted, that's pretty much the entirety of the
They come up with cool people, and then they don't know what to do with them after that.
Yeah. Which one of your cats is that?
Is this Percy? Say hi, Purple. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any way that we can take care of this ourselves?
Like, this is the most convoluted plot. You're on a ship. You just need to jump a few miles to the ship chasing you. But you can't do that. So now we're going to go from this ship to this planet to this ship.
Yep. Yep. Okay, with the sun being at that sort of angle, it's well past dawn.
Yeah, if the sun's already up.
Yeah. But what's the... and then this part that's just completely out of nowhere. They sense each other.
Because Snoke wants them to. What?
Yeah. But that raises the question of, if Snoke can do that, how the hell can Snoke not tell where the hell Rey is? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
That blaster left one hell of a hole in the background there. And he slid there. I didn't realize that the first time I watched. He slid.
Doing some risky business moves.
Have you ever? Yeah. No, but that's something that my family, put socks on and get like a hardwood floor, just slide across. That's what he did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you see what's around you? I can't see yours.
Yeah.
Just you. I don't know. This is something else.
But yeah. But again, it's just, you'd think. Yeah. Yeah, with the sun being at that angle, that is well past dawn. That is
not even close to dawn.
We're getting to lunchtime here. Yeah. This is lunchtime now. We're gonna have some fried pork. Those.
Caretakers. Island natives. They kept up the Jedi structure since they were built.
And
Why?
yeah, and Rey just pisses those things off so much over the course of this movie.
I'm sad he doesn't make her stand on her head.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, that's something that because Yoda constantly was making Jedis do handstands. Why doesn't he make Rey do a handstand? Come on.
Do a handstand and flip these rocks.
Why not? Be great training.
We need you to bring the Jedi back because Kylo Ren is strong with the dark side.
You can't bring the Jedi back with a snap of your fingers, Rey. Like,
Yeah.
It's a power that Jedi have that will control people. Make things.
Yeah, time out. You realize who you're saying this to, right?
Lesson 1. Sit here, legs crossed.
Yeah.
The Force is not a power you have. It's not about lifting rocks.
oh, it's not?
The energy between all things, attention,
Yeah.
balance, binds the universe together.
Okay. What is it?
Close your eyes.
Midichlorians. It's midichlorians
Yeah.
in your
This-
blood that connect you to.
Oh my god, this scene! I almost walked out of the theater when it happened. I was so tempted to walk out of the theater because it's so stupid.
Well, she's being an
No.
idiot. Like, I don't really blame. Like,
Yeah. That's the problem. It's like she should know better.
should she though? Like,
I mean,
what?
I understand that Luke's just like I said. I understand that Luke is going to toy with her like that because seriously, but still, it's
Reach out with your feelings. What do you see?
I mean, he could have just put a helmet over her head, handed her a lightsaber, and started shooting her and tell her to deflect the blast.
But yeah, defend yourself.
That's what Obi-Wan did to him.
Yep. Obi-Wan was a better teacher.
Violence.
Between it all.
Balance. Energy. A force
Thank you.
Inside you.
inside me. That same force.
And this is the lesson. That force does not belong to the Jedi. To say that if the Jedi die, the light dies standing, can you feel that?
There's something else. Face. Go, Alex.
Yep.
Balance. Powerful light, powerful darkness.
It's a call. It's calling me.
Rey, why do you want to go to the darkness so bad?
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't know who I am. My parents left me on Jakku.
Yeah.
Going straight to the dark.
He's like, you're crazy.
It offers something
Yeah.
new. You didn't even try to stop yourself.
I didn't see you. Nothing from you. You closed yourself off from the force.
Yeah, there's something from it.
Of course you have. I've seen trust strengthen once before. Then Solo. The peace can be anything. It does now.
I think it scared you plenty then. That's why you tried to kill him later. Without even trying. Luke, you realize that's what happened to your father. People didn't really try to tell him how to do things right. And so he just went to the dark side.
Yep.
The Jedi are dumb.
No doubt.
Still coincidence.
You would think they'd have more than just Finn and Rose going on the little side mission there, but hey.
No, they're going off on their own mission. They didn't. Poe knows they can't tell anyone because
And
what's
the
her
Force are
face
just
would just
giant
say no
pests.
to it.
And we see pores are just basically just roaches. That's the only way to describe them.
Why is the Force connecting us? You and I.
Yeah, about time.
Did he tell you what happened? Tonight I destroyed his temple. Did he tell you why?
I know everything I need to know about you.
You do? You have that look in your eyes from the forest. You cold and hot.
You killed your father.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
And a bunch of other
Okay,
kids
you can't go on you can't have the conversation of you're calling me a monster and then going, yep, I'm a monster. Seriously.
like you did kill a lot of
The point of the
people.
conversation like that is to basically make them see the mirror like you're not so different from me. Yeah. And that water can be teleported. Yeah. The problem with this is that the Force can do whatever the hell the plot needs it to. That's the only way to describe what the hell is happening.
That's how all stories work. Limitations are only set by what you need them to be for the plot.
But still, I would be okay with that if we didn't have the original 6 movies, which gave us a pretty clear definition of what the Force can and cannot do. And this is just
even those changed in trilogy. Like each trilogy introduces new laws to what the Force can and cannot do.
But they also introduce they also do have limitations though. Like with the originals, oh my god, the puppeteers, oh my god. I forgot how bad those were. A lot of the puppets they have here are just completely horrible, and assuming they are puppets, and if they're CGI, oh dear Christ. Whoever made those needs to be shot if they're CGI.
How have they not been escorted out? They aren't dressed appropriately.
Yeah, no doubt.
Get in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Although what's happening with Finn does remind me, and during World War II, yeah, oh god, a little drunk thing here. And in World War II, the Germans did try to have spies infiltrate America, and they did succeed in getting some spies over here, but the spies didn't actually end up doing their job because they just basically just blew all their money doing this stuff like this. They went out gambling. They just got so fascinated with the material wealth of America that they just went complete. Like I said, they were going out gambling. They were doing a whole bunch of stuff instead of what they should be doing.
What are those things?
Bodies. I've never seen one.
This whole place is beautiful. I mean, come on. Why do you hate it so much?
Look closer.
Yeah. You grew up. This part bugs me. Finn grew up as a brainwashed stormtrooper. You would think he would know better than she does about this stuff, but nope. She needs to explain it to him. And the kids are.
Who do you think these people are? There's only one business in the galaxy that'll get you this rich.
Oh.
Selling weapons.
Actually, most likely, if they were selling weapons, they'd probably be selling them to both sides because that way they get richer.
Exactly.
That's something that always bugs me. It's very rare that one party will sell weapons to even in World War I, in World War I before America joined the war, America was actually trying to sell weapons to Germany. The problem was the British blockaded the ports, so they put up minefields and everything to prevent ships from going from America to Germany. Yeah. And I do want to point out, if you look at the High Roller's costume there with the red lapel, that is exactly Indiana Jones' costume or costume. That's exactly Indiana Jones' dress, attire, I guess is the proper term, in the beginning of the Temple of Doom.
Oh yeah, the one Indiana Jones movie that I
Seriously, I'm not making that up. Yeah. You've never seen it?
Oh, I've seen it. Just
Oh my gosh.
it's not my
The
favorite.
beginning of that movie. Yeah.
So I don't remember
Yeah,
it.
oh, I agree there. Yeah. No, I only remember that because there's a meme. There was a meme when this first came out. There was a meme basically. It's like you need to find the high roller, and then it just cut to Harrison Ford in that suit. It's like,
Oh, that's
why
funny.
not? I'll take it. I'll take an Indiana Jones crossover with Star Wars. And this bugs me. Holding a weapon backhanded like that, if you're using something like a knife, okay. If you're using a sword, no, you're just limiting your reach and crippling your striking power.
But Ahsoka does it. Like, there's a few Jedi
holding a weapon.
Granted, with shorter lightsabers, but
I know there are a few Jedi that do it. There are a few Jedi that do it, but realistically, you don't. Yeah, no.
I had to.
Oh, okay. I'll give you points. That's good. I gotta give you points there. But if you're using a weapon like that, your striking power is crippled when you use it. Yeah. No, holding a weapon backhand like that, you have your basic strength is doing a downward stab like this. So
it's a laser.
Holding it or defending your legs, I guess.
Hard, bro. It's a laser.
It's a laser.
I mean, because look, that's the thing with the lightsaber, though. And the first movies, it's a two-handed weapon, and the prequels, suddenly you can whip them around with one hand. With the lightsaber, you can literally use any technique you want. It's whatever you're comfortable with because it's a
all you have to do is cut.
Laser weapon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think they even attempted to explain that in Rebels when Ezra was learning, or no, it was when Sabine was learning. Because it was heavy at first until she started to open herself up to the Force, and then it got lighter, and she was able to wield it with one hand. So I thought that was a neat explanation. Just trying to explain the differences between the prequels and the original movies.
Well, yeah, like I said, I get it. Like I said, my issue is that holding any weapon backhanded. Well, to give you an example, if I want to attack you like this, I'm leading with my arm, so it's very telegraphed what I'm going to do. Versus if I was holding it normally, the weapon's leading, so you don't have that much time. Yeah. Kaboom. Oh gosh, the cliche. Yeah, they destroyed the temple, but thank God R2 was fine.
Oh, it's R2. How can you hate R2?
No, but I'm just saying, in the context of the movie, you think that Kyle or Ben would actually no, I'm going to destroy R2, but no, he just leaves.
Killing kids, and what does Anakin's grandson do? Go from normal to killing kids in a snap.
Fair enough.
Walker thing.
Yeah.
When my uncle tried to kill me, I'm gonna kill every other student here because of it. Why?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What's the reasoning?
Brings me to something that I really want to talk about, but I can't. But it has to wait till we get to the Rise of Skywalker for me to for us to talk about it. So
and destroying the temple, blowing things up, having some of the kids get caught up in that, but to go out specifically kill every other person that
and this bugs me. Okay, this one ship has ran out of fuel. There are people still on this ship. Why didn't they evacuate?
Why didn't they get on the jet pod?
Or here's a better idea. You have these other two ships.
Yeah, I don't know.
Another thing, you have these two ships. Why don't you take all the fuel off of those two ships and put it on the main ship?
Yeah, why didn't you?
Yeah, seriously, there are people. Yeah, here we see the ship blowing up. It's like there's someone on it. Why are you there? Why did you evacuate?
Why did you evacuate? You knew you were running out of fuel.
Yeah,
They've already evacuated.
Oh, did they? He was just the last one there. Okay, that makes more sense.
but still, it's like you think they could set the ship on autopilot, or just make sure it doesn't stop so you can get on the shuttle and get out of there too. There's legit no reason for you to sit there.
Prison.
Yeah, that's exactly where they are. With Benicio del Toro. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God you have a fuel indicator, because apparently that other guy didn't. And this other guy here.
Like, they couldn't think of any other way of getting onto the ship. Like, just go out in an escape pod and be captured by it, and then fight your way out from there like every other Star Wars does.
I'd be just throwing some trash out.
Like,
yeah. That would have actually been a good callback to what happened in The Empire Strikes Back.
Exactly, right? Use some trash, float towards the ship, grab it, find an open window.
Or the hangar. Just something. Like, going to another
open.
You're low on fuel, so let's fly to another planet. I just don't understand.
Yeah. None of it makes sense.
We got it covered.
Yeah. And this part bugs me. It's like, yeah, he can escape. Why did he wait so long to escape?
Because
he was very clearly asleep there for a while.
And going to bed. He was proving a point that he could escape whenever he wanted. Maybe he wanted a free meal or two.
Yeah. And the droid just, I do love how BB-8 could just take out the guards, no problem, because why the fuck not?
From everyone thinking he's a slot machine.
By the way, being hit by coins like that would be very, very painful.
Yes, it would be. It's okay, they're plastic.
Yeah. Because I mean, those coins are clearly being shot out with like basically at the speed of a BB gun, so they're gonna hurt. Something like that always bugs me. It's like people escaping through the vents. The vents are not the secret escape hatch. They're how you ventilate the building. And if you have allergies in there, you're gonna die.
That thing is creepy looking.
Yeah. And we need to free these because, I mean, here's the thing. You're lucky these things don't just attack you as is, because most of the interaction they have is them getting tortured. And it's like you do. And why didn't the thing just immediately sprint out of the?
I guess there is one saving grace on this movie. Still got a pretty good soundtrack.
Well, yeah, John Williams. They use John Williams.
Best part of the movie.
They don't have dual.
Well,
if we're gonna go by music, the prequels win because we got Duel of the Fates out of that one.
No, but I'm saying it's not a low point.
Yeah. Which is
They at least
I
got
did
John
not
Williams
mention
back.
this when we did I didn't mention this when we did the Revenge of the Sith, but I probably should have. During the course of the prequels, John Williams actually wrote a formal letter of complaint to George Lucas. Apparently, what happened, because if you watch the Revenge of the Sith, they didn't use a lot of the musical. They didn't use the musical cues that he made specifically for that music. They used older music that he read before. So apparently, John Williams wrote a formal letter of complaint, being like, "I'm not okay with this."
I mean, it takes a lot of work to
Any
like
choice.
make movies and have the music cues match up with stuff happening on screen. So if they completely disregarded all of that and used older music, like why did I waste my time?
Yeah. Evan, like I said, mind you, I don't know if that's true or not. I can't say with any degree of certainty, but I do know that John Williams was upset with George Lucas about something during the course of the movie. I read so many articles saying that. So, but like I said, that's how the story goes. Is that John Williams wrote musical cues for the prequels, but George Lucas just didn't use them. And then John Williams was like, I'm pissed, so so he wrote a formal letter of complaint just to be like, I'm not okay with this. Duck. Whee! And this part here is like the animal jailbreak. It's like you realize you're supposed to be, trying to save your fleet, but right now you're just riding an animal because
They needed the animal was the fastest way, was faster than them running back to their ship. Unfortunately, it also completely showed where they were going. They did not land that ship in a very inconspicuous spot. They weren't getting back to it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Before that, or like taken into custody.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, where'd they go? They're in the tall grass. Beware the raptors. Yep. And that happens. You're lucky you didn't fall off.
It was worth it, tear up that town, make him hurt.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, did you though? You inconvenienced them for a little bit, but that's not going to make them hurt. You didn't kill their sails.
They're just going to buy more of those animals. They'll just recap the animals. I don't know what they were thinking.
None of this movie makes sense. Yep. Yeah. Whee!
Really, they should have turned it into a Yoda character. That would have made the fans so happy.
Well, yeah, that would have made the fans happy. But the problem is, Kathleen Kennedy was clearly not interested in pleasing the fans.
She still isn't. That's why she's apparently probably big with what's-his-face over what to do with Star Wars.
Jon Favreau, yep. No, from what I've read, it's almost like what's the owner of Disney? I forget his name. But apparently he's like, Kathleen Kennedy, you're out. You're done. We're giving this to Jon Favreau because at least he knows what the hell he's doing.
Because with
Feige, and this
Marvel,
is
Feige was involved with a lot of Marvel stuff, before he started helming it. He knew the material, he knew what he was doing, he had a vision. But Kennedy,
he's a fan.
Anything Star Wars before heading up Lucasfilm? What? Or
not that I'm aware of.
It doesn't make any sense.
From what I understand, no, she
was in control of this.
From what I understand, because I know Kathleen Kennedy has basically been Steven Spielberg's almost right-hand girl for a long time. So apparently, from what I understand, it was just, it's like, oh, you've been working with Steven Spielberg? Okay, you're in. And no one actually looked at it. It's like, okay, are you a Star Wars fan?
It's not even the Star Wars fan necessary. It's when you're doing a whole universe it's completely different than
Well,
anything.
do you respect their source material?
Had a universe as big as Star Wars. He's never had to connect this many things. He's never had to like do trilogies and connect them to 2 other trilogies. Like it's an art, and Marvel has it down, and that's what I don't get is Disney put the right people in charge of Marvel so that they have 20 movies that go together and work. And they couldn't get Lucasfilm to produce one working trilogy.
George Lucas blames Kathleen Kennedy.
As
well,
him.
Yeah. Well, as he damn well should have, as he has the right to. Because seriously, no. But I think that's the question: is do you respect the source material?
Other like are cohesive and make sense. Like he had an idea for what he was doing with the prequel trilogies. He knew what he wanted to do with it, and you can tell when you watch it. These ones, you can tell no one had any idea.
Yeah,
they're all over the place.
Yeah, but I think part of the question is, does Kathleen Kennedy or whoever was in charge of these movies, do they respect the source material? And by and large, the answer is no.
But like,
because Jon Favreau, he clearly does.
Or written a Marvel film and didn't know the source material. Like you hear that about X-Men movies all the time. When they did Apocalypse, what's her face? Olivia Munn played Psylocke, and the directors didn't even know she was a twin or whatever it is. Like the people who write those movies, they never know the source material as well as real fans.
Yeah.
But like even X-Men,
but Jon Favreau clearly does though.
They'll go together. They're still cohesive. You don't have to respect the source material to be able to put out movies that go together.
Yeah. Oh, and this is the talk about a huge red herring. Cave of Infinite Rays.
This is basically the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally a mirror of oneself.
Yeah. This is all because it is a mirror.
Yes.
Yeah. It's okay, we get it.
I should have felt trapped or panicked. I didn't.
And this, I don't like her narration here. It's like, we get it.
Go on forever. I knew it was leading somewhere. But at the end, it showed what I came to see.
And this is the biggest. I despise that they have to have. Oh, we got to have another. Oh, who are your parents? Who are your parents? Literally, I really just wish they had just had her parents be no one. But seriously.
Well, that's the other thing too. Is even when Abrams wrote this, or the first one with the mystery of who her parents were, he didn't even have an idea for who he wanted her parents to be. Like, if you look in the internet, you'll see that, there were ideas at one point at the beginning that she would be a Kenobi, but they weren't set in stone. Like, he didn't even have any ideas. How do you write a movie knowing it's going to be one of 3 and just not know?
The answer is you don't. That's why these movies failed, because that's what they did. I've made stupid fan films when I was in high school. I know what, if you're going to make, especially a series, you always try to leave a freaking thread to go, okay, follow. That way we have a cohesive story. This one is just, like I said, it's a tornado. It's just throwing everything everywhere and hoping something sticks, and none of it does. Why are you taking your glove off? Why are you wearing gloves? How often do you wear gloves when you're in your normal day-to-day activities?
I'm more sad his hand never gets cut off like his uncle's and grandfather's hand was.
Well, I mean, that I mean, that's why when I, because I know I've told you before, I wrote my, how would I have done these movies? I deliberately said, I'm not going to, someone's not losing your hand, but I still need to have a callback, so I'd have someone lose their leg. So, and plus, it's just, yeah. Yeah, thanks, buddy. And here we got. This is where people say that Rey became a Mary Sue, and honestly, I can't disagree.
I mean, to be fair, both of these two have a past that they need to get over and move on from. Luke needs to move on from what happened with Ben, and she needs to get over her parents' thing. It's a lesson.
It would have been good if they explored that out. Yeah, I totally agree with you there. It would be nice if they explored that, but they don't.
No.
Yeah. And
even Yoda didn't kill your father.
Yeah.
I give Luke props for noticing, for seeing the darkness in someone, because apparently the Jedi Council didn't see it in Dooku. They didn't see it in Anakin. They didn't see it in Palpatine. That's not something that all Jedi can do.
And this entire here's the worst part. He becomes Kylo Ren out of the worst case of timing and misunderstanding. Seriously. That's not how that works. That's in this here it's like you failed him by assuming his choice was made. That's the entire point of the first movie.
And you couldn't give your nephew that chance?
No doubt. That's the entire, like I said, that's the entire point of the original movie.
But you couldn't even try to keep your nephew from even going dark side. You just gave up, and you couldn't kill your own.
Well, especially because apparently
you were gonna kill your nephew.
And the worst part about it is that apparently he was super close to his mother. Apparently he'd be like, okay, here's an idea. Okay, look, just go spend some time with Leia. Go on a fishing trip with your mom or something. Because, dude, you got some darkness in your heart you need to work out. Oh, dear. And this scene. This is the worst part. Oh man, they really did not do well with the CGI there.
I'm ending all of this. Tree detects the Jedi. I'm gonna burn it down.
Yeah. That was a crappy little flare.
There's a tree here too.
Yeah. That's where he was keeping the Jedi texts.
Is this the tree of life?
That's true.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. But Yoda can apparently do that even though he's dead. Why the hell don't you do something about Snoke? If you can summon a lightning bolt out of nowhere, why don't you help out?
Because they're
in there that made it explode.
Well, Yoda's just a crazy little bastard.
Yeah. Well, why doesn't Yoda appear to Rey then?
Because she doesn't know who he is. Maybe
So
you have
what?
to have a connection with someone to appear to them.
They never set that up before, but you said you were going to burn them before, and now you're upset that he did it for you?
Well, because he didn't. He was going to burn them, and then he stopped because he's like, this isn't a good idea.
And that's what he did with Ben.
That is what he did with Ben. Ben just woke up at the wrong time, and
that's his entire freaking MO.
Really blame the kid. But why do you go from, oh God, to I'm going to kill all the other kids here with me? What flips that switch?
Yeah.
Do you know who
I
I
would have
lost?
been good if they had
I lost your father.
What?
And everybody else.
And everyone else.
It would have been good. I think it would have been more powerful if they had Obi-Wan here and not Yoda.
You jeez.
I lost 10,000 Jedi, Luke, because I didn't see the darkness in Palpatine. You lost
5 people.
a couple students.
Yeah, maybe we'll round up and say maybe a dozen.
And then what? Anakin goes on to be a real badass. What has Kylo Ren done? Maybe a few hundred at best.
Yeah.
Anakin, Darth Vader was so much more sinister than Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren's a pussy little.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like
Which is a
Vader
big
is
flaw.
anger too.
But it's a different kind. It's that dark, insidious anger. Kylo Ren's the
Yeah,
temper tantrum anger.
he is.
It's not even real.
Yeah, Kylo Ren's more of a temper tantrum. He's like a wild. He's like a grenade. Vader would at least put anger on specific people.
Darth Vader was like an F5 fucking tornado.
I 100% don't like how Rose turns around in the scene because that's so much like she looks like a villain when she does that. Apparently, the Ryan Johnson didn't notice the symbolism there.
That's something. We gave you a word. You're gonna get paid. That should be enough. Guys, I want to. No, do it. Okay, listen here.
Do it.
No.
Give it back. You have no idea how much that value is. Why you ran up your own shit?
This isn't his own ship. He stole it.
He was in jail. He was sleeping when you found him and then left. I don't think he has much to his name. I think he was in jail for the bed and the food. Do you really think he's going to own this ship? Dressed how he is.
No doubt. Yeah. This is not his ship. He stole it. TIE Interceptor. You think they would have upgraded the TIE Interceptor there?
But look, you're right. They
clearly
do sell things to guys too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just a case of, you know what? If you need weapons, you gotta go through the people who sell them.
Yep.
Yeah, see, in that other ship that destroyed, at least the people had the common sense to get out of that ship before it ran out of fuel. Yeah, they know how. Yeah, see, you see the escape ships going there, but yeah, apparently they know how much fuel you have too, even though they would have no idea. Yeah.
When I served under Leia, she would say,
Yeah.
hope is like the sun. If you only believe in it when you can see it.
We'll never make it through the night.
This is why you tell him that you have a plan. Like I said, you don't have to explicitly spell out the plan. You can just say, "Hey, look, I can't. We have spies. We might have spies. You just have to play close to chest, but you have to tell him something. Give the dog a biscuit.
All of them? We're abandoning ship? That's what you got? That's what you brought us?
You have to. What else are you gonna do, Poe? What else? What other option do you have?
We abandon this cruiser. We're done. We don't stand a chance. No, you are not just coward. You are a traitor.
Yeah.
That's a little far, dude. She's trying to save lives.
But he's
Or it'll be slow to get the money to buy another cruiser. But if everybody dies on the cruiser, then there's no resistance then either.
Yeah. But again, that's why you tell Poe that you have a plan. Give the dog a biscuit so he doesn't bark. Because him barking is just going to cause problems later. So give him a biscuit, give him something. So that way you don't have to just hope in God he doesn't screw around with you later, because that's what he does. I really... And these little coffin-sized escape pods that... Seriously, what is that escape aside from a coffin? And thank God they don't shoot at it, even though it's clearly heading directly at them. Thank God they don't just blast it saying, "Oh, it's a missile."
There's definitely shields up there, but it doesn't have the blue tint we normally see whenever they have shields up. Because the hangar's definitely not directly over the atmosphere. So maybe that's how the bombers work.
And here,
it would have
great plan, Ray. Yeah, clearly, was the plan just to go and get captured? Because that's what happened.
The plan was to distract Kylo Ren and try to convince him to be on your side and save everybody. That's our plan. No worse than
this guy. At least has a fucking plan.
Code breaker.
Yeah, and you think you'd be paying attention. You think they'd be going, "Hey, one of our sensors made up, read something." You think they'd be going, "Hey, can we get a scan on that? Make sure nothing."
You'd be surprised. There's a lot of equipment out there that if it starts to get fritzy and you just hit it a few times and it comes back, people don't even care. They're like, "Yes, it's working. I've heard.
I mean, there is this thing as percussive maintenance, which is basically you beat, if your TV's not working, you just beat it into submission. But yeah, see here, this is why you tell them you have something. You give the dog a biscuit, because now he's staging a coup against you, and you're lucky he didn't just blast your ass.
Poor Poe.
That's definitely
looks like a frying pan.
Iron. That looked like a scene from Spaceballs.
Still does.
Yeah.
That's
the problem. It could have had that scene been in Spaceballs. It would have fit perfectly. Yeah, and then
shovel scripts.
I understand that they would need to, disguise BB-8, but I think they could have done something better than a trash upside down trash can. Elevators. Yeah, you're already on the elevator up. What is he gonna do? Hit the stop button?
Yeah, that's exactly what he's gonna do. Hit the stop button. And they're gonna take hands and go skipping off down the hallways.
Are roses and trees just gonna grow spectacularly in nice sunset?
Oh. They're on a ship.
Are holograms of flowers then?
Yes.
I love watching these movies with you. You're raging at this more than I am, and I love it.
Where was the shirtless scene? Did I miss it?
Hour earlier.
Yeah, they already had it.
Cat was throwing up.
Yeah, they already had
Where
the
was
shirtless
the
scene. I'm sorry. Yeah, we already passed it.
How did I miss that?
Does it really matter?
It's like the best part of this whole movie.
What is with you and shirtless guys?
Huh. Adam Driver's good looking. What, guys can look at girls in bikinis, but I can't enjoy Adam Driver with shirtless? Just kidding. It's a weird scene. I wanted to make fun of it.
Fair enough. Yeah, see. Yeah. Oh, he's not actually a jackass. He actually has a point.
Oh no, he's still a jackass.
Oh, I know. It's just at this point they're setting it up that he's not a complete jackass. But they just completely shit on that later, and in the worst possible way possible.
Well, we're almost there. Yeah, I'm on it. You just hurry. Here's the bridge. Let's go the officers down to the hangar. Yeah, let's go.
But again, this is why you give Poe the dog a biscuit, because Poe clearly has a plan, and Poe has a plan to escape. It doesn't work, but he has something.
No, I'm good for things. I just like how Billy Lord's in this movie. She just wanted to try acting so she could have a moment with her mom in Star Wars. It's very sweet, actually.
Why not?
Her entire
just hiding
was that scene with her mom. She's like, I want to have that memory.
Yep. Now, do something.
I love the fact that Benicio del Toro plays both sides perfectly.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, now it's not exactly clear what you need to do to shut this thing off, but you could, I don't know, pull a blaster and blast it. And, gosh.
Where's she been this whole
Captain Plasma. Yeah, no doubt. You're lucky she didn't just shoot you there, dude. And you're lucky they don't just open fire into the smoke.
That's General Organa to you.
Ow. And yeah, had she said that.
Don't shoot me, Ma.
Don't shoot me, Mom!
Why? Have a droid do it. Send it to autopilot. You don't need someone to pilot it. Oh. I look forward to destroying your character when we do the Rise of Skywalker there, Holdo. I can't do it yet, but... Yeah, okay, someone needs to pilot the cruiser. Why aren't you not piloting the cruiser?
Look, her plan is working perfectly. Wait a minute.
Yeah. I'm sorry. This is very much a Hugh Hefner freaking movie.
Darkness rises.
You cannot look at this and tell me this is not Hugh Hefner. Seriously.
There's no one in a bunny suit.
I mean, fair enough, but still.
He was surrounded by bunny suits instead of Imperial Guards in red outfits, then maybe.
Oh God, that has to be a porno movie, and now I'm afraid.
Probably is, don't worry.
Well, they make pornos about every damn thing. Yeah, he's currently controlling you, and you have no control over the situation.
No offense, Fred. You're like a step away from the dark side yourself, since you're so focused on your parents.
Yeah. Yeah, how could you do that?
Wise enough to resist the blade.
Yeah.
You will give me Skywalker.
Why do you want him? He's clearly not in any way inhibiting your plans.
Her plan's
Ouch.
going so
Yeah. My plan is great.
What is that?
The mineral planet Crate. An uncharted hideout from the days of the rebellion.
That's your rebel face?
Abandoned, but heavily armored, with enough power to get a distress signal to our allies scattered in the outer rim.
Although knew the First Order was tracking our big ship, they're not monitoring for little transports.
Yeah, again, all you had to do was tell him the freaking plan.
Noticed hide to the First Order passes. That could work. She was more interested in protecting the light than she was seeing it like a hero.
Why doesn't she turn the ship around in inner hyperspace to blow it apart?
She does. That's exactly what she does, babe. That's why she needed to stay behind
I
him.
know. That's what I said.
Why are they taking the prisoners here?
Because that's where everybody is.
Seriously, just shoot. You don't need to have a public execution. Just really shoot them. And hey, Hux, your character's been completely ruined. What's the point? You're going to kill him in a second.
Your ship and payment as we agreed.
You lies.
Now we're getting to a point where we have something to discuss. I want to wait for it to be revealed, though.
Could have deal with what? So.
Okay.
I ran a decloaking scan, and sure enough, 30 resistance.
Yeah. So he's the one who's told them about the resistance shuttles. How did he know the plan? How did he know that they were going to launch shuttles?
I think he just gave them the code to look for things that may be.
But how would he know the code? How would he know the code?
It's what he does. That's literally why they hired him. He's like, look, I was hired to break your code.
I can't buy it. No. Hey, you're piloting the cruiser. Here's an idea. Put the cruiser between the shuttles and them so they can't shoot the shuttles. That would buy them more than enough time to get to the planet. What? You are flying a giant cruiser that has good shields. Use yourself as a shield. Put yourself between the ships. Whee!
Really?
Now,
I heard to take your lightsaber and
that bugs me about that scene. Something that bugs me about that scene is when they shot it, they didn't actually. She just acted like she was being hit. What you actually do is you take a tennis ball and actually throw it at her. You take something lightweight to actually hit her with, so that way when she gets hit, she has a realistic reaction.
You're that fiery space power. You have the spirit of a true
Snoke,
Whee!
must be trying to turn her to the dark side. Congratulate her on being a true Jedi.
No doubt.
Then kill her already.
No doubt.
What was the point of you connecting their minds if you weren't trying to turn her to the dark side?
No doubt. None of it makes sense.
You remember the Emperor's entire goal, right? To be creepy. That's all this guy does. He's just creepy.
Well, the Emperor wanted Luke to join the dark side.
To kill Vader and then join the dark.
Well, yeah, because there'll be two.
Dumbest rule ever.
But yeah, how is...
I cannot believe it's Rey. I cannot believe it. I see his mind. I see his every intent. I see him turning the lightsaber to strike true.
Yeah, and this... How do you not notice, dude? Seriously? You're supposed to be very, very strong in the Force, and you're just blinder than a bat. Yeah, and the guards are only now, right? Yeah. Your guards suck.
Well, they didn't. Rey was the only perceived threat in the room up until that point. Oh, there's spears made out of
this part right here. There's a part here where Rey kicks and like 3 guys go flying, right? Right there. She kicks and 3 guys go flying.
She kicked with the Force, obviously.
Take it easy, Vega. They blow you up today, you blow them up tomorrow. Just business. Wrong.
He's like, I've lived through a couple of these wars. I know how this works.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Now, I will say, for the most part, this fight is actually really good. I do enjoy this fight. Like I said, the only real part that gets me is that she kicks and 3 guys go flying. I think they could tighten that up a little bit. But like I said, for the most part, this is a good fight scene. Oh, no, you're burning down the Hugh Hefner freaking background. Yeah. Yeah, the other 2 guys that were... Yeah, this is stupid. But it's like, there were 2 guys there surrounding you. Why are they not attacking you at once?
No, he didn't fall. If he had fallen, he would have been okay.
Ouch.
Yeah, there's definitely something there that ground him up like a meat grinder.
Yeah.
Why don't they just grab these people?
He's grabbing him.
But
yeah. Like,
one thing that does... I know...
Well, she doesn't know how... She's just had a whole day of training.
And Luke's dead now, so she can't
she's having...
I don't know why. And he is...
that bugs me. It's like, these guys' armbands are clearly lightsaber resistant, but apparently that's it. I don't buy. I will say I also don't buy this move because he had her. That guard had her in a freaking arm lock, but just let her go. Zap. Yeah. See, now this is a better command center than the red tinted freaking one.
He doesn't want to join you, Ray. He wants you to join him. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
This is a great setup for him to become the big bad of next movie. Which I wouldn't have been angry with.
It could have been set up better, but I will agree.
Jedi. Rebels. Let it all die. Ray. I want you to join me.
Yeah.
We can move together to bring a new order to the galaxy.
He's so cool.
No, you're still.
He already went that way. He's got a point. He's let go of not having.
Yeah, well, he does. That's the problem. It makes more sense than any of the light side people do at this time.
Yeah. Like, I am super surprised she actually didn't go to the dark side right here. That would have been kind of epic, too, if she would have gone dark side.
Well, that's, like I said, when I made, how I would have directed these movies, she does go to the dark side.
Like, right here. She's been like, yep, sure,
Yeah.
let's do this. Who needs them?
Yeah. Bingo.
She could have joined him, called off the attack because screw all these people anyway. We don't need to kill people because who cares?
Yeah,
We'll come
take
back
them
to this
prisoner
later.
and then take them prisoner or something. Heck, turn Finn to the dark side. There are so many freaking avenues that they could have taken, but they just don't take any of them. I mean, that's the biggest problem with this movie. These movies is that they have really good scenes. Like, this is a good scene in itself. In a nutshell, this is a good scene. The problem is, the rest of the movie doesn't fit it. Yeah, and now Holdo decides to do something. Let's see. They said 30, and it looks like maybe 10 left. So 20 ships got destroyed while you sat there doing nothing, Holdo.
Probably.
Resistance cruisers preparing to jump to light speed.
It's empty. They're just trying to pull our attention away. Pathetic. Keep your fire on the transports.
Oh, the trauma.
Oh, yeah. It would have been better if there was actually an actual conflict, because we already know what she's gonna do. And by the way, this is stolen right out of Ryan versus Brandon, or Ryan versus Dorkman, excuse me. Again, why didn't you just execute them already? Just shoot them. Why do you have to go through the whole elaborate freaking beheading of them? Just shoot them already. Oh, now there are 30.
Them in the detention center for later execution. Like,
Or
why?
just throw them down a reactor hole.
They would
I know, they would come back.
Nobody stays dead.
Only when you fall. I've gone through this. If you fall in Star Wars, you're fine.
That was my favorite line in the Lego Holiday Special. Down in an exhaust shaft. But who comes back from that? Everyone.
Now here's the worst part. So what's about to happen? Just freaking. And the lightsaber breaks, which apparently causes an explosion. And she does a freaking ram at light speed. Why didn't they do that before when they had 3 ships?
Yeah, really
Why
good
don't
question.
you have one of? Like I said, they had another ship.
Jesus,
Here's another thing. Why don't they just have?
They could have easily put all personnel from one ship to the other 2 and done that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just it raises so many questions. And like I said, I'm going to completely shit on her in the net when we get to Rise of Skywalker for a line that they say. But yeah, it's like, seriously, but it just raises so many questions. Like, why don't they do this all the time? Why did they fight the war at all? Why don't they just, put like when they were going to destroy the Death Star, why don't just, have an X-Wing go hyperspace cram into it? That's going to do significant damage. And Phasma apparently left to go get some people, and now is coming back.
They're still in lines. Yeah. She had been, like, right next to them. I guess they got blown away from her somehow?
Look, it's Del Toro.
Apparently. Who knows? Don't worry, guys. BB-8's got this. He's got a higher body count than anybody in these movies. You're lucky you ducked. Yeah. And if her weapon if her armor is blast resistant, why don't they have all the armor like that?
Is that the Beskar steel?
It might be.
I wonder if that's the Beskar beer.
Or if, like, in general, since she's silver, maybe her whole thing is made out of Beskar, like Mandalorian armor. Which is probably expensive, and probably why not every stormtrooper has good armor like that.
But she's also got that spear.
Well, then why don't other people?
Yeah, it is a spear.
Why didn't the guards?
Air shaft. He's fine.
He's fine. He fell. He'll be back.
Well, it just reminds me of because you've seen the Avatar: Last Airbender, where Zuko goes falling off, and then the airship rises up with him on top of it when he first fights Azula. Great scene.
Look! Finn has the high ground.
Oh!
Here's the Beskar steel sword. Don't worry, she's fine, Jacob.
I don't know. She
fell. It's fine.
She got incinerated, dude.
Into a ball of
she just got incinerated, man. She fell into a fireball.
Yeah, electrocuted. You come back.
That's true. That is true.
She'll be fine.
She's probably. You know what? In a couple years, someone's going to be writing some story that takes place 5 years after this.
And Phasma will be there.
And Phasma will have somehow survived that fall, and it'll be fine.
Oh, God. They didn't need to do a close-up of his face there, seriously. And the legs falling was just even worse.
I hate Huff so bad. He's such a wimpy character. He's even more, like, whiny than Kylo.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. I mean, it makes sense for him to have a character like this in there, because, I mean, like, Lord Vader had Admiral Piet. But seriously, he's just this guy does not instill fear.
No.
Like a great example is Peter Cushing. You know what? When he said, when Peter Cushing is playing Tarkin in the original in A New Hope, you fear the guy. This guy, you don't fear him at all. Especially when he's made a punk ass little freaking bad word like this.
But they know where you're going.
Yeah. Supreme Leader. Sure. Oh, man.
All right. The ice boxes things here.
They're adorable, though.
Yeah.
Why didn't you shut the door sooner?
Well, because they wanted to let Finn and Rose in. Ouch. Duck. Yeah, why are they opening fire, though? Seriously, that makes no sense.
What?
To be fair, they have exciting landings.
They do have exciting landings.
Yeah. Yeah. I do love that part. It's like, hey, you're not dead. Where's my droid?
Is this all?
It's like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad you're alive, but where's my dog?
Yeah. The code breaker you brought with you
Fucked you all over.
fucked you over real good. Destroyed more than half your ships.
Any allies in existence, it's now or never. Close. What do you got?
Five munitions, rusted artilleries, and half-headed skin spears.
Wow. Let's just pray that big ass door holds long enough for us to get help.
It's a battering ram.
A what now?
Get your eyes to that store tech. It'll crack that door open like an egg.
There has to be a back way out here, right?
CBA, what do you got?
Indicate as the pipes we left. This is the only way in.
Yeah, that's a horrible design, by the way.
That is.
You never, ever, ever design a base with only one way in.
It's a fire hazard. What if the front door was on fire? You need a back way out.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
We gotta take out that cannon.
I'm so proud of him. He's not running away when things get bad.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was Rose's face.
Yeah.
Hey, look, how did they get out?
Yeah, no doubt.
But
And
they
why are you
still-
standing outside the trenches? Thank God they don't have a sniper.
Salt.
What does that matter? Why do we care it's salt?
He was curious.
Thank God
Was
it's
it
not
snow?
arsenic.
Sugar?
These bug me to no end, though.
Racers?
These little cruisers. Because here's the thing. We see these ships flying around, but what are they doing? What's the point of these? They don't take down any of the walkers. They're literally just there. And it's like, seriously, they should have shown them taking down a walker or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that happens, your ship's falling apart. And how many are there? Like, looks like 13-ish.
Wouldn't you? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like that?
I don't know.
Wouldn't you try a pincher move here? Not, straight at them, boys.
No doubt, yeah. Go get flank them or something. And the turret gunners apparently have shit aim.
How have they not come up with anything better than a walker in 30 years? Tech improved greatly between the Clone Wars and the Rebellion, and yet absolutely nothing changed in the 30 years between the Rebellion and the First Order.
The walkers look a lot more aggressive.
But they still have the same TIE fighters. Like they...
Yeah. Seriously, those those skiffs do nothing. And those giant turrets apparently don't do jack either because they just get melted by freaking TIE fighters. But they're big TIE bombers, I would have been okay with it, but no, they just get melted by normal TIE fighters. Incoming! Don't worry, guys, we got a superhero race here.
Or you have to have an... That's not Rey.
When did Chewie pick her up? I don't know.
It's the Millennium Falcon. That's not Rey.
Fuck you, Rey, anyway.
I don't
No, she's
know
in the
where
turret.
Rey's at.
Oh, wait.
Org.
There she is.
Wait, when did she get picked up by the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah, yep. Thank you.
He's not wrong.
No, don't order all the fighters. Chewie would already know this, seriously. Because apparently they're stupid enough to send all the fighters after them. Whee! And apparently the planet is hollow. Ouch. Yeah, your gun's useless now. And the TIE fighters are stupid enough to follow instead of, just flying up it.
Well, I mean,
you
to be fair, if the Falcon can fit, the TIE fighters can probably fit. They're smaller.
But you don't need. But every TIE fighter wouldn't follow. Literally, why don't a few of them do the Firefly thing of just flying above it? What are you gonna do? Though you can't. You don't have any weapons that can do damage to the friggin' walkers or anything.
They can shoot something.
Thank you.
You guys always take heavy losses.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, this is the worst part. It's like we're taking heavy losses. Yeah, okay, we're gonna pull off and save. Save them from what? This is an all or nothing attack. You have nothing left. If you don't destroy that thing, you're all gonna die.
But this is like at the beginning when Poe was being told to retreat and he didn't.
But here's the thing. They had other options at that time. At this point, they don't.
Yeah, I thought the whole point was that they needed to destroy this cannon.
Yeah.
And that it was more like a suicide mission.
That's what he kind of said.
Wolfwood.
But like I said,
Hey now.
tactically it makes no sense. This is an all or nothing attack. If you don't destroy that cannon, you're all gonna die anyway. So fucking, you know what? You have no other options.
If it had been anyone other than Finn, they probably would have let him do it.
Fair enough. Although how he's not dead in this, I don't know, but still. Why aren't they shooting at him? And how did you do this? Because you were back a ways. How did you manage to get all the way there? None of this movie makes sense. And again, there are walkers right there. Why don't they shoot you? There are clearly people alive there. Shoot them. This is so stupid. Yeah, because she loves you now, apparently.
Hate leads to the dark side. Remember that.
Yeah.
But the dead aren't allowed to love either, because that's attachments.
Yeah. Everything leads to the dark side.
Everything does lead to the dark side.
No prisoners.
See?
But that's your mommy.
Yeah, no shit. This is why you had a bad plan. Yeah. Don't worry, guys.
Oh, he cut his hair. I'm just kidding. I know.
He shaved. No. If only.
He made himself look presentable.
It's the first time I've seen you in God knows how long. Probably 30-ish years.
No, probably only about 15.
No.
Ben didn't look all that young in the flashback. He's probably a teenager at the youngest.
Fair enough.
You were convinced you could save your father, so why aren't you that convinced you can save your nephew? I just don't get it.
Out. None of it makes sense. None of this movie makes sense.
Like, that's my... Don't get it. My father's still in there.
Yeah, and the dice that are apparently meaningful, but we've never seen.
Yeah, they were in
Millennium Falcon.
one scene hanging from the Millennium Falcon, and I think A New Hope. You can see them. They were there.
One scene.
In the original trilogy. One scene. I googled it. I was like, where did these dice come from?
Had she had a line saying something like, I like the dice or something, then fine, but no. And considering the size of that battery RAM, it made a tiny ass hole.
It wasn't fully powered.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, I don't know.
Why not? Why stop?
Walkers look more like
monkeys.
Now.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
Yeah, they are gorilla type.
But that still doesn't solve. I mean, you could still just tie up their legs and trip them up. It's not like
Well, like I said, we should have seen the skiffs doing something. We should have seen the skiffs, like, take a few of them out, so it's like they're actually doing something instead of just flying around aimlessly. Because we don't even see them do anything; they're just flying.
Do it.
Oh no, Luke, he's dead.
Yeah, he's pissed.
No. If he fell, babe, I wouldn't be worried about it.
I think you got him.
Thank you.
No.
We're ready to get moving. We can finish this. Sir?
You missed. Yeah. Now he's just mocking you.
Bring her down, man.
Yes.
Keep the door covered and don't advance until I say.
Why don't no? But here's it's like you have your beef with God. You have your beef with Luke. You go face him, but have your stormtroopers go do something. Seriously, he's not exactly protecting. You could easily walk around him.
It's Kylo Ren. Luke's facing him alone. We should help him.
Let's go.
No, wait.
back to say you forgive me. To save my soul.
No.
Yeah. Why is he using? Why is he not using his green lightsaber? Seriously,
Because he's got a new one since then.
that's clearly Anakin's old lightsaber that was broken in half. Why is he not?
Because this is a projection anyway. None of it's actually there.
But you would think they would actually have some continuity between it.
No, he's using Anakin's blade for a reason, because he knows that it's the one that Rey uses.
But that doesn't make sense. Like I said, he has a green lightsaber. Why is he not using his green lightsaber? They showed him using the green lightsaber in the flashback.
He ran away. I don't think he has his lightsaber anymore.
But if this is a Force projection anyway...
Maybe he likes Anakin's. He learned how to fight with it to begin with. It was his first lightsaber.
At this point, you might as well just say maybe blue is his favorite color, because there's nothing that makes sense about it.
What are you looking at me for? Oh, him.
Well, last time we followed him,
Oh, she's so proud of his.
you guys got pissed. We want to make sure you don't have another idea you're not telling us.
Oh, about time you remember that thing on your wrist.
This way.
I see them. Truly,
The snow fox is saved today. All right, people, start digging.
No.
Start digging, people. Come on. You can move some of those rocks.
However, she uses the fizzlers.
Yeah. Like I said, it. Whee!
I like how Luke still uses the two-hand method. Because that's what he used in his trilogy. It's how he fights with the lightsaber.
Well, in the expanded universe, his style is called Yemso, which is very much a two-handed style. So...
You did fail him.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you are.
Why are you still a whiny punk?
When I killed you,
Out.
I was the last Jedi.
Every word of what you just said is wrong.
Strike me down.
Rebellion is reborn today.
I forget what he should have repeated what Obi-Wan told Anakin.
Yeah. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. Rey got this. Apparently, she can do everything.
One day.
Yep.
I think they're like 3 days total.
It actually was a couple days. But no, because she followed him around one day.
Yeah. She was gone for like a month, Ben.
They weren't being chased in space for a month.
Yeah. But here's the thing. How do we know it's not Yoda actually sitting there in the background doing it? How do we know Yoda's not hiding behind rocks laughing his ass off? Because like, haha, you think you're doing this? No, it's me, baby.
That'd be pretty funny, actually. Close enough.
Is Yoda playing a practical joke? Well, I mean, granted, that's something I said about the prequels. They shouldn't have showed Yoda at all in the prequels. The only time I would be okay with them showing Yoda in prequels is if it was literally just a little scene where he just goes, "Hey, hold my finger." Luke should have a giant smile on his face right now. I really wish he had, like, just like this huge grin.
Or the
just be like, haha.
The Darth helmet.
I totally pwned your ass. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, he should just have the biggest grin, but he doesn't. You just got pranked. Now, I will say I'm actually okay with him being able to force project like that because it's clearly like, holy shit, that was hard, and it basically kills him. So I'm okay with something like that, but still. I really kind of think they should have had like Obi-Wan's Force Ghost and Yoda's Force Ghost being there for this, where he dies, but.
Oh, look, it's the Twin Sons of Tatooine.
Yeah, the callback.
So why didn't Darth Vader's body just vanish? You had to burn him.
We actually don't know that it didn't because he was wearing a suit of armor, and it could just be the armor was holding its shape, not, anything like that.
See, there's plenty of fan theories about that.
I'm gonna say it's plot point.
It's Lucas.
I mean, it could just be that maybe only light side people do it.
That heavily. Anakin wasn't a master, remember?
Maybe you can only do it in the light side. Who knows? It's possible to say.
I highly doubt Anakin would.
Well, I mean, Qui-Gon didn't either.
How to become one with the Force after death, like Yoda invented.
What about Qui-Gon though? Qui-Gon did disappear when he died.
Exactly, and that's why he also doesn't fully ever come back either. Mm-hmm. He can talk post-death, but he can't make a physical form like Yoda can.
That's true.
Whee! Obviously, Obi-Wan went through the training.
Yeah,
he did. He was on Tatooine for 19 years.
You have to go to the special planet.
I'm sure he took a 3-month break at some point to go do it.
Well, I mean, because like you said, he was sitting on Tatooine for 19 years. Yeah, he had to have had trained himself. And plus, Yoda did say that he had training, so yeah.
No, he totally had training.
You're lucky that. Now, here's the thing. We know.
It's been a whole 3 episodes of the Clone Wars depicting Yoda's training to become one with the Force.
Well, that wasn't full training. That was just him learning about it.
No, that was him going through the trials so that he could become one with the Force after his death.
I haven't seen those episodes in a long time, so I don't remember exactly. You could be right.
I just watched it.
And here, the lightsaber's clearly broken. That's a great setup for her to make her own lightsaber in the next movie, but God forbid they do that.
Continue in a different direction. The fans weren't happy that you had rehashed the original trilogy in The Force Awakens. The fans weren't happy with how goofy this crap was. So what does he do? Just goes back and rehashes everything anyway. Doesn't take the hint and try, to take what he's got.
Yeah.
Finish it. Oh, I hate the third movie so much.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't worry, the kid is forced to, he can move the broom by himself. He's very crappy at brooming, though. He can't sweep to save his life.
Sweeping is more about the wind that you make more than actually hitting the floor anyway, so... Honestly, he's probably not using the right broom to be doing the sweeping. He should probably have a push broom, but that's besides the point, too.
Yeah.
Look, there's more people out there.
More guys. Next guy.
We should have had, like, a bigger time jump and, like, incorporated this kid in the next movie. Like, they could have done so much, and they just didn't. And that's why I hate the third movie more than this one.
Yeah. But yeah, this is so many missed opportunities. It's not even funny. Seriously. So yeah, that was The Last Jedi, everybody. That movie sucks so much. Seriously.
And it's some pretty neat setups. They just didn't utilize them all in the next movie.
Well, I mean,
the standalone.
I can appreciate that. I can appreciate that Rian Johnson's going, okay, here's the setup for you to do, here's the setup for you to use, but just they were all shit. None of it made sense. All of it was shit. So, all right. So, yeah. Final thoughts? Yeah. That movie sucked. That's all we got. All right. So, yeah. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for this week's Snarkfest. That movie was so bad. I know we were saying that we were going to do all the Star Wars movies, but I think we need a break. I think we need to do a good movie next week just to clear our heads. So, I don't know. Well, yeah. So, I'm going to stop the stream now, and I will see you next week when we do our next Snarkfest.